All right, what's up, y'all? Back with another video for what I'm gonna call Reaction Fridays, where I'm gonna be finding videos to react to every Friday. And this is from one of my favorite content creators, DerekFDB, I think is his name. I've been watching him for probably about a year now, something like that. But he's got some really good videos. And this is horror movies I could easily survive, I think it's called. This is part 2. He has another one, but my phone going off. But I'm going to go ahead and do this part 2 one. Because I don't know if I've seen this one. Let's go ahead and jump into the video.
You know, horror movies are one of the most loved and hated forms of entertainment to exist. I mean, it makes sense. They're scary. They even scare me sometimes. But something we've all done while watching a horror movie, whether you love them or hate them, is think to ourselves, I think I could survive this. Matter of fact, I know I could survive this. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be spinning the block on more horror movies I could for surely survive. And as usual, I'll be giving you guys my strategy, my game plan, my thought process, and obviously, some of the ones that I can't. First one up on the hit list is Ghostface from Scream. This dude is a pretty standard horror villain on the surface. A masked man with a knife, no superhuman abilities, and can be taken out the same way any other regular human can be taken.
This one's kind of interesting. Because Ghostface is just like a person with a costume on, so... but he is sneaky. It's a tough one. Let's see what he's going to say about it.
And now, a gun. Should be an easy one to deal with. But whoa. Slow your roll. What makes Ghostface such a special and popular killer is one, the whole, what's your favorite scary movie thing, and two, he doesn't work alone. Ghostface is 2, sometimes even 3 people working together. That's usually the whole twist with his movies. Ghostface sometimes ends up being the love interest's parent, the love interest's dog. It could be anyone. You never know with this dude. And that means we have multiple killers on the loose, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
making
true.
this situation, at the very least, a 2v1 against me. What am I gonna do? Well, I could go one route and say, these guys usually target specific people. So as long as I'm not near Sidney Prescott, Melissa Barrera, or Jenna Ortega, I should be good. But that would be boring. So let's just say Ghostface decides to target me because, I don't know, I accidentally ran over Ghost Dog's mama. What do I do then? And my answer to that might surprise you. They're literally human, minus him. Like, yeah, it's a 2 or 3v1, but if you watch any of these movies, you know against these guys, that's more than winnable. Like I said a second ago, they're gun level, and it doesn't help that they don't often make the smart decision. They always start off intimidating, a killer you could actually be afraid of. But as we get closer and closer to the identity reveal, it's like they're losing brain cells. They let certain people live, they start becoming clumsier. This is exactly why I told you to stay off that Galaxy, guys. And the dumbest thing they do is that since it's a personal beef, they always do this huge dramatic reveal to torment the victim or whatever.
That's true.
Right, Derek. It was us. It was us all along. Shut up. These dudes are just an aggressive scam likely call. I ain't...
That's funny. That's true, though. That is a good point. There's always that monologue for the killer. Interesting.
Sweating. Unless they pull a JJK and jump me, I'm winning.
Yeah, I would say Scream. You should survive. You know, you got to be ready to handle what you got to handle, you know. Next one up is It. That's an interesting one because a lot of people always say yes to this one because they like to base it off the remake, not the old one. I'm not so sure. Let's see what he says.
Pennywise, the killer demon clown. Now, a lot of y'all probably know this guy, and y'all know, unlike Ghostface, Pennywise has powers. He has the ability to create illusions, shapeshift, regenerate, and much more. He pretty much got the reality stone. And all this stuff on paper makes Pennywise an extremely formidable and difficult to beat opponent. Like, after watching him lose at the end of part 1 and seeing him come back at the start of part 2, you would think this dude is unbeatable. But we were wrong. We were all wrong, because all these reality warping powers Pennywise has all rely on one thing: fear. That's right. You gotta be scared of this dude for him to really do anything to you. So if you're not afraid of him, this dude is practically useless. I was never one to be afraid of clowns. Like, no joke, I've played Roblox games that scare me more. I just always thought they were too silly looking to be scared of them. And that's no diss as someone who scared them. Trust me, I got some strange things that scare me too. I'm just saying, use a bit. Most I ever got to being scared of them was those 2016 clown sightings that were happening. And even then, why am I gonna be scared of a clown staring at me from a distance? What?
Yeah, that was interesting. I remember that too. What was that, about 10 years ago? I think it was in like South Carolina or something. There's like people wearing clown costumes standing out in the woods trying to lure kids in or something weird. I don't even know. You'd have to look into that story. That was some weird stuff. But Pennywise, I don't know, man. That's an interesting one.
What you gonna do? Throw a freaking pie at me? So if you put me against a clown that relies on me being scared of him, that's easy pickings. I mean, bro, you can practically bully this dude to death. A few mean words and he's out for the count. I grew up playing Prime COD, Prime 2K, and Prime GTA. So if it means survival, just know my slur bag run deep.
See, that one's kind of interesting though, the Pennywise one. I don't know. That was tough. I would say probably. I mean, I'd take out the bullying aspect of it from the remake, because the craziest part about those movies, if you go back to the original, when Bev was getting bullied and the old man was right there, she's always going to help me, because she was getting bullied by Henry Bowers and whoever else, Belch and all them. And he just kind of looked away and shit. And it's like, what the hell? So I don't know. Because are you a kid in the movie? Are you an adult? Because if you're an adult, you're caught up in the trance because adults don't know what's going on. If you're a kid, adults ain't going to help you. I would take out the bullying aspect and probably say no to that. Just because. I don't know. That's a tough one. Actually, I always thought they were going to tie that in with Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's a goofy ass movie. But, with the cocoon and the cotton, the web stuff from the spider, I thought they would tie that together somehow, put a story together. But I don't know. Like you said in Boomerang, you got to coordinate. Thought they'd put a little story together like that. But never mind that. On to Candyman.
Before anyone says it, no, he does not use candy to kill people. I know, it would have been cool. I know. Candyman is this vengeful spirit with a hook for a hand that you can summon after saying his name 5 times in the mirror. So he's sort of like Bloody Mary, but instead of his name being Mary, he's a black dude. So there's gonna be people scared of him, ghost or not. Now, what makes Candyman so scary is a combination of things. First of all, the hook for the hand. On top of that, he can teleport, control bees, control minds, has an insanely deep voice, and scariest of all, he dwells in the projects. Now, I don't know if everyone watching this has a full understanding of how bad projects could get, especially here in the East Coast, but I do. In my city, there's plenty of projects. Now, I'm not from the projects. I live by a project, but I ain't from them. But what I can tell you from years of living near and watching and studying these things is that the projects are absolutely horrible. Am I lying though? Am I lying? Like, it may sound like I'm being rude, but even people from the projects don't want to be from the projects. This is common knowledge. The conditions of those things are damn near inhospitable. Y'all like that word? Y'all like that word? And the projects in this movie are worse than the ones that I've been in. They only add to the horror. These projects look like they got people taking dumps in the stairwell, crackheads trying to make $1 in the elevator. The ones I've been in only got piss in the stairwells and a few crackheads. There's levels to this. So when you add this environment to his already insane array of abilities, especially the controlling bees thing, that's bad. This one seems rather difficult, but I assure you, this one is easy. I'ma just do what I did when I was a kid and people told me to say his name. Nothing. I ain't saying the dude's name 5 times in a mirror. I might do 4 just to pump fake it, but why would I ever do 5? That's ridiculous. Who in their right mind hears an urban legend about summoning a man with a hook for a hand who comes after you and thinks, well, I should probably do that. You gotta be off your rocker. I'm not saying the name. And I would love to do a scenario where I did summon him, but I just don't see myself surviving in that case. Because it's not like you have to be from the projects for him to come after you. You could be in Cancun, but if you say this dude's name in the mirror 5 times, he's teleporting straight to you. You just got him a free vacation. I'm not messing with this dude. I'm sorry. He's just too dangerous. There was literally a scene in the movie where this little kid went to go use the bathroom, and this dude, I don't even want to say. This dude, Candyman, hibachi this little kid's Johnson. What was the reason?
Yeah, that actually was wild. That movie was pretty insane. I ain't watched it in a long time. That's what, early 90s, I want to say. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you call the name, I mean, are you assuming that you're calling the name? If you call him the name, it's over. Unless you Helen, if you a white lady with blonde hair, Don't matter what color eyes. But I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know what his preference is, but he might let you live. Candyman ain't got no erectile dysfunction. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm good. Candyman is easy if I don't summon him. If I do summon him, I'm cooked. Like, really, the only advantage you got against this dude is being a snow bunny. And I don't know if I could do that right now.
This one I have not heard of, though. Long legs. But as far as Candyman, yeah, I'd say no to that for myself. I don't know about all of you. I'm going to say no because, yeah, it's not going to go well. It's just not going to go well. I don't know what that long legs one. I guess he skipped it, so I guess that's a no. But I don't know what that is. I'd have to look into that. But Alien, here we go.
In this one, we follow a crew of scientists aboard a spaceship who, after going to an unfamiliar planet, are infiltrated by an alien. And this ain't your usual alien. This isn't your gardener or barber or DoorDash driver. It's not Marvin or Roger from American Dad. No, these things are dark, scary, and contribute nothing to the economy. The Xenomorph,
Crazy.
standing at 7 to 8 feet tall, bloodthirsty, insanely intelligent, extremely durable, and it got a mouth in its mouth. This thing is the real deal. And I'm stuck on a spaceship with it, with no place to run, barely any places to hide, and again, in the middle of space. Looks like I'm in a bit of a pickle now, doesn't it? But I just watched Alien Romulus the other day, and I learned a lot about our alien buddies over here. So while it may look like I'm in a tough situation, don't worry, Joe. I got this. So from what we know about these xenomorphs is that they're nearly impossible to hurt. Things like regular guns and tools don't work on them at all. Something like a flamethrower could work for a little, but not enough to actually put the dude down. And while things like high caliber guns and explosives do work, I forgot to mention the xenomorphs are like Magic Johnson in certain aspects. And it ain't the height, I'll tell you that much. They have highly acidic blood, so if you pierce your skin in
Damn.
anyway, their blood is gonna start leaking everywhere and melting everything. So just like magic, we should probably avoid making this thing spill blood. So what am I gonna do? I can't burn this thing. I can't shoot it because of the ship. I can't blow it up. What do I have planned? Foolish. It's obvious. The only way to defeat this thing is to go back to its roots. You see, while they are aliens, xenomorphs are still similar to us in one way. They have a weak baby form. Granted, it's a very messed up and dangerous looking baby, but it's still a weaker form. They start off as face huggers. These little crab spider things that hug your face, and in order to evolve into the big dangerous version of themselves that I'm currently stuck on a ship with, these face huggers must impregnate one of my crewmates. And right here, during this weird process, is where I strike. If you know me, you know I'm not one to gamble. I cut my losses. You could call me a quitter. So the second I see one of my crewmates getting his face hugged by one of these things and potentially jeopardizing the safety of everyone else on board, I don't know. That looks like a loss I'm gonna have to cut. I'm sorry, it's the truth. That's the only way to win in a scenario and make sure no other lives are lost. I'm gonna look at my other crewmates and pull up. I don't think he's gonna make it, guys. We gonna have to put him down and proceed to eject him and that ugly baby out the airlock. And I already know some of y'all about to say this method was inhumane. And you're right, it wasn't humane. What you gonna do about
it? Yeah, I guess if you're a woman, you might have more of a chance because of that fact. They might try to preserve you because you got to have that little alien baby. But then you probably die from that. I would say no to that. But you could. You could. It's possible. It's going to be tough. You're going to be scared when you see it, but I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd say probably no to the xenomorph, the alien. Yeah, I don't know. On to Child's Play. This one everyone thinks is so easy, but I don't know. Let's see.
We know who it is. One of the most popular villains in horror. You see his face at every Hot Topic and Spencer's. The killer doll, Charlie, Chucky. If you've been watching me for a while, you might already know I don't rock with dolls. And it all started with him. This dude had a chokehold on me my entire childhood. Like, I cannot stress this enough to you guys. This dude was my biggest fear. Anytime I would see this dude, he would have me sound like Courage the Cowardly Dog trying to speak. It was bad. Like back then, my top three was Chucky, Heights, and Presentations. That was an immovable top three. And it was like this for years and years and years. And one day I
Yeah, them damn fucking class presentations. I remember speech class in high school. I used to hate that. I remember one time I had to do one in elementary school. That was like fifth grade, and we had to present a product and act like we're going to sell it to the class. And I remember I had my little script written on the back of the box of cereal. I don't know what I called them. I think they were called like, I don't even know. It's like a play off of different names. I don't know what I called them. They might have been called Fruity Flakes or something stupid I came up with. I was like 11 years old or something. I remember the whole time giving that speech, I was like, I knew my lines because I'd practiced it, but you get nervous getting up there, you're a little kid, and I was like looking up the whole time. That was a long time ago. So I understand him on that. Not anymore, though. I don't really care about presentation. I'll present whatever I choose
woke up and I realized this little is a doll, a 2-foot doll. I've literally been taller than him since I was like 3. Yet he had this insane grasp on my mind for so long, had me waking up from Tsukuyomi type nightmares. To answer the question, of course I'm whooping him. He's not Annabelle or Brahms or any other demon possessed doll. He's literally just a ginger killer baby who cracks jokes every now and then and knows voodoo. Literally a kick, a punch, a slap, anything will work against this dude. Maybe if I was 7 years old again, he would win because I was a huge, that thing girls keep me between their legs. But now, if I can't beat this little dude, tell my mama to disown me. I'm serious. Honestly, I'm so convinced I'm winning this. They could bring the whole army of Chuckies from the show, add Tiffany, and matter of fact, throw in one of them crackheads from the projects too. At least that'll give them some sort of win con. As you guys can see though, a whole year later and these horror villains are still not hanging with me. Except him though.
No.
He got it. Comment down below any of the ones you guys think I was wrong or right about. Also, my next video will most likely be on fear, so comment down below your biggest fear, and I'll see if I put it in the video. And moral of the story?
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know about the Child's Play one though. I mean, a lot of people say that's easy, but I don't know. Because that's like a grown man, like basically a demon when you think about it. Because to be able to put yourself in a doll, I mean, I don't know. I'd say no to Child's Play. Like it's a 50-50 though. It depends. Because he is sneaky. You got to remember that. He ain't just going to run up on you. You know, so he going to try to hide under the bed, all these little things. And then you got to think about, are you coming into it aware of this or unaware? Because everybody's unaware other than Andy. So, I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough one there. That's a 50-50. It just depends. He might get you. He might not. I don't know. But yeah, that was a video from DerekFDB. Wanted to say his name right. So yeah, it's a Reaction Friday. Trying to do at least one every Friday. This is my third one now. But y'all can go ahead and check out his channel. I'll try to put it in the description if it's not on here already. But yep, yeah. So that's the video. Reaction Fridays, off to a good start. 3 weeks in a row now. Trying to go every Friday. So I'll catch y'all later.